All right, here it is on low mode. This is our ace beam on low mode. This is the mode that I use 99% of the time. As you can see, this is as low as it gets really, but it works fantastic. You can see that we got good coverage. We can see everything. I can see the ground in front of me really well. There, like I said, there's nothing, this is perfect for everything that we need. And like I said, you can see really well with it. This is what I use 99% of the time. Let's go through the modes here just to show it and put it into perspective. Okay, so I think we, to do that, we're gonna, I don't even remember. I think we hit, there's off, there's low, and that's gonna switch to the green. Here's your green mode. I never ever use green. I have never used green. I think we press it again, we go back to, what am we on here? We got back to the white. We wanna make sure the red wasn't on too. Hold on, put this back on my head. All right, and so now we can go through the modes though. We press and hold. Right, which one is it? Hang on, there's off. There we go, medium, high, next high. I mean, there it is, low. Let's look down here, low, next one, next one, next one, and you can see how serious this is. If we look over here, even at that tree line, okay, bam, bam, bam. I mean, you can see the whole world lights up here. And so where does this value come from? What is the benefit? Look at even on the road. I mean, the camera's adjusting for it. It's just my cell phone camera. But I mean, this thing is insane, the amount of visibility and how we can see through here. So, but if we go back to low, okay, here's your normal one. And I'll put these modes in here, the outputs for you. But here it is right here. But imagine if I was trying to figure out what trees I wanted to hunt or which trees up here. Say I was going in right here. Okay, we're going to walk into here. Let's just walk in. Let's not step on any snakes. Okay, so say I was going to hunt right here, and I'm like, okay, this is where the action's going to be. What tree is going to give me the best cover? Look at CK, you look up here, and you're like, what tree is going to give me the best shooting through here if there were branches? Now watch when I kick this up. Okay, we kick this up. Look at, I can see everything. And I can see what tree and what branches and what things are in the way and what's going to give me the best kind of shooting here where I am and how to make this work and where it's going to be. That's the power of having some light. Now, obviously, blood trailing too. Look at the difference here. Here's low mode, and that's what I use a lot of times when you're going here, but you can kick this up. You can kick that medium, high, next high, whatever they are, however they are, those four modes, but there it is for you. It's pretty impressive. Same with when I'm in a tree and I want to pick my shooting lanes down. So if I'm up in this tree here and I want to be able to see what holes I can shoot through, when you're on low mode like this, you can't see as much as you think you can. You can see some, and it's not bad. It's doing a good job. But when I bump that thing up, watch out there, bam, bam, bam. I mean, I can see through the holes really, really well and see what's out there. Look at something out there glowing right there. Something standing right there. Probably a coon or something over there. But like I said, you can see what's going on and where everything is with it. So having power in a light like you see right here, look at that. Okay, and then let's go back to low. That's showing you the difference here on what you can do with this thing. I mean, looking at my truck, okay. See how the camera's adjusting as it does it. But you can see how just crazy powerful this light is. And that's important to me. And it doesn't have a lot of weight to it. And it's 21700 battery, flawless. The 21700 battery is incredible. And I have two ace beam lights that both run on that. So both my lights work on the same system. Straight up amazing. Again, medium mode. Here, we'll start it from here. Hold on. Okay. Low mode. We'll do a spin. Again, understand that the camera is going to compensate aperture and stuff. I'm not going in manual mode or any of that kind of stuff and adjusting that. Okay, there's our full circle. Here we'll go medium. Look at a tree line. You can see the difference here. Okay, down the road. We get back into the pines here. You can see what's going on here. And now we'll go next one. Ready? Next one. Getting brighter. Look at what you were seeing in the trees here. Shooting down the road. There's going down the road. Here's into the pines. Back to the truck. We got our next one. Here's a high one. Okay, look at this thing. I mean, look at what we're seeing in the trees now. Down the road. We can see a long way down there. Into the pines. Back to the truck. Back to low mode. So there it is for you. And like I said, you got all your other modes in here, but that was just kind of like some highlights to show you this thing. But low mode is what I use 99% of the time. The only time, like I said, I ever even kick this higher than low mode is when I'm up in trees trying to pick shooting lanes and that sort of stuff. If we walk back across here and we come over this way, let's pop over here. But if I'm trying to find a lane, again, or looking at trees to try and pick what I want to do, okay, you can see how this is. But when you can see a couple holes. You're like, maybe I could shoot through there. But when I bump this up, look at that. Now I can see way back in there and see where I can and can't shoot from. You can see the difference on what you can and can't do with having that kind of light, that kind of powerful light. Not to mention blood trailing and stuff like that too. So is it worth it? Yeah, this is by far the best headlamp I have ever owned in my entire life. I will, and as long as they make it, until something better comes out, I will just keep buying this. This one I got is, I think, 3 or 4 years old, and I wear it every single day when I'm hunting, and I will not trade it. You cannot pry it out of my hands. No way, no how. Still on the original battery, even though I have 4 other batteries, it's still on the original battery. This light is as good as it gets on every kind of level. So there you go. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching. All right, here's another example. A couple water oaks. We are still on low right now, but we're looking at this and we're like, okay, well, I'm seeing a couple acorns. What's going on? Look at when we bump this up. Let's bump this up again and take a look at stuff. Now I can see the whole area, and I don't even have to go in there, and I can look and see everything. I can see the sign. I can see the acorns that are there. I can see the caps. I can see everything. I can even stand back there on a back line in the dark like this and use my binoculars and scan this whole entire area with the headlight and the binoculars, and never even have to step into here to see if it's worth it. As we see right now, it is not worth it. But that would have been a pain in the butt to do and walk around this whole tree on, with that kind of light trying to see. So, like I said, so useful to have that kind of power. And again, as we're standing here, let's say that we wanted to hunt this. We're looking at, let's just let my bow right here. We're walking out. Okay, let's say we are going to hunt this. We're like, okay, this is the spot I want to shoot to, is right here is where I want to shoot. What do we got? Again, we can look up in the canopies with a regular light and see if we have anything here that's going to be shootable, or we can just simply bump this up and really light up and say, oh, that one right there, that tree back there, I got some shooting through there. Those vines aren't bad. That one doesn't work. Oh, that one right there would work perfect. That bigger one in the back right there would probably work too. That's 20 yards away, right back in there. That one would probably work fine for shooting this too. That one's actually pretty phenomenal right there. We can see, because we can see where when we have this off, it's pretty hard to tell what's actually in the way. Like I said, one of the most valuable tools in the world. And for walking out, we just use low mode. Here it is right here. This is my low setting, and it's all I need. I can see everything quite perfectly as we're coming out of here. There's a natural view. But I spent a lot of time, especially on my Midwest trips in other states, where I go in blind because I picked a spot on a map, and I'm going to hunt it based on what I found on a map. And that's how I go in and do it. And when you're doing stuff like that, you need light. You can't just be out here with a low mode light like I am right here and expect to accomplish that stuff and be able to scout in the dark like this and find what you're looking for, or to pick the right trees. And again, I'm not climbing to show you, but imagine being up in a tree and needing to be able to find shooting lanes to get to where you're trying to shoot to. Having a light with some power, regardless of who makes it, very, very important. It is one of the most important tools I have that I can possibly use. Worth its weight in gold. Highly recommend you get something. You get a headlamp with some power, some energy, and some capability. All right, so here it is right here. This is the Ace Beam H30. As you can see, mine is pretty beat up. It's been through the ringer. It's been through a lot. I mean, the thing's I don't know if it'll focus that close, is it? Okay, perfect. But this light right here, not too big, not too bad. I don't even use a center strap on it ever, because I don't need it. But we are talking insane power coming out of this thing and what this thing's capable of. I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, we also have on here, sorry, I got one finger, it doesn't bend well. But we can use this right here with a charger. It's got a charging port right here, so you can actually charge the light. And you can also use this to back charge. You can use this back, because this runs on a 21700 battery. You can actually use this light to charge your cell phone or anything like that too. It's a power source. So this thing runs on a 21700 battery. This battery is incredible. I've been using the same exact battery. We are number 2. Number 1 is in my pack, but this is a 21700 battery. It weighs nothing. It weighs just a little bit more than a AA. You don't let the size fool you. It's lithium. So it's very light, but these batteries, I've been using the same one now for 3 years. I've been using this light almost 4 years. I think I first reviewed this in 2022, and we're coming into 2026, and I use this light religiously. O-rings have been solid ever since. There's nothing I've had to do to this light. I've not bought anything new for it, changed anything, did anything with it. It is by far the best headlamp I have ever owned in my life. Matter of fact, I just ordered another one because I found a good deal on it and found one for $100. But I will put some links to these down below. But this light, just insane power. You're going to see it. The fact that you got red and green, for those that use it, I'll never ever turn on the red and green. But the power that comes out of the light and the things that you can do with this thing, worth its weight in gold. Best headlamp I have ever owned. It rides in my pack and bounces around everywhere all day long. And you can see the condition is, look at, not a scratch on the lens anywhere. Yet it's all dinged up, beat up, and been put through the ringer. And it just holds, and it holds, and it goes, and it does its job perfectly. Silicone on the inside of here has not come off. You can see it's got silicone all the way around the inside of the headband to hold it on your head. None of that has wore off on there yet. Nothing. And like I said, this is my only hunting light I wear, and I hunt every single day of the week almost. Well, not every day of the week, but I mean, I hunt at least 3 days a week every year, or for the whole year, hog hunt. But I'm wearing this light constantly. It's always on, and it's flawless. So watch. You're going to see a video of this thing going at night. Thanks for watching.